What's up, everybody? This is Brian Pfeiffer, marketingmeathead.com. And today I'm going to talk to you why, as a business owner, you have to have a doomsday scenario in place. All right, welcome back. So I wanted to kind of start this out by a little story and kind of talk to you guys about what happened to me over this past weekend and why you need to kind of have a scenario or a system or scenario in place if something were to severely go wrong with your business, because generally in the long time that I've owned a business, which is almost 20 years now, there's always going to be a doomsday scenario that hits you at some point. And a doomsday scenario could be anything from you say you're running like an e-commerce store and your main traffic source gets wiped out overnight, whether it be an account ban or a suspension. If you have an Amazon business and that's your only source of income and they suspend your account, that's another example. If you have an affiliate campaign running and all of a sudden out of the blue they pause the offer and there goes your business, it's happened to me as well. Now I have a services business, and over this past weekend, which is the May 5th Cinco de Mayo weekend, it's typically one of the busiest weekends in Las Vegas, and I had a doomsday scenario happen to me, and I want to kind of explain how I was able to get around the issue and make everything perfect and basically make it through what is a record weekend for us dollar wise, and still keep all the customers happy. So I'll get into the story here in a second. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe to this channel. And if you like what we talk about here is online marketing, affiliate marketing, business ownership, Amazon FBA, Shopify, do a lot of things related to making money online. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and go ahead and bang that notifications bell. Leave me a comment below. I do reply to each and every comment. Usually in the first 30 minutes of releasing this video, I'm right on top of the comments. And if you want to talk to me, that's the best time to get me. All right, so let's get into it here. Here's the screen. This is my May 3rd weekend. I moved the numbers off the chart here, but these were all the customers that I was dealing with over the weekend. And then these are all the customers my business partner was dealing with over the weekend. Okay, he's my VP of sales. He does the internet leads. I typically do all my personal leads and take care of all the referrals and whatnot that come off Yelp and some of the other sites. And generally, the leads that I take are a lot higher probability of closing because they're either people I know or friends of people I know, or they come off of a review site, which people have already done their research by the time they got to me. And so I generally do a lot less leads, but I also run the business and have a lot of other stuff going on as well. And then he handles all the internet leads, and you end up having to do generally about 10 leads a day, or we do about 30 leads a day, and you end up having to do about 30 leads to close about 3. So it's about 10%. Okay, so it's a lot of work for 10%, but he doesn't mind doing it. He's really fast. We've gotten systems in place now that we can get the quotes out really quick, and we have a follow-up system with Infusionsoft, so it follows up with people with voice drops, text messaging, emails. I mean, we pound the people when they come in. If they put a lead in with us, they're going to get hit up a lot after we send them the quote. So also with a personal phone call, and we try to get them on the phone and whatnot. It's hardcore sales. I mean, we do sales one-on-one over here to close the business, and that's what it takes to make a good living in this business out here, because it's very competitive. And I think you're going to find that in most businesses these days. Anyway, so let's get into what happened. So the first thing that happened this weekend, I was coming back from a mastermind in Austin, and I went to the airport. I was on time, and I get to the airport, and there was really bad storms in Austin. There was some kind of like conglomeration of thunderstorms, and there was floods, and of course my flight got delayed, and then it got delayed again, and then pretty soon I was realizing, okay, I'm not going to make it back in time for Friday night. Fortunately, I had enough friends on the ground here in Vegas that I was able to make a few phone calls. I actually called in my ex-girlfriend, and she was able to go and kind of handle my customers. I had 3 that I wasn't able to take care of, and then my business partner was going to take care of 1. So I ended up getting through the night. That Friday was okay because I was still on my phone up until most of the night. I didn't really have any issues. Everything went smooth. So that wasn't that big of a deal. I was okay with that situation. I would have liked to have been here. I did get back late at night, like 3 in the morning, and I was able to handle my pool tables in the morning. Now, this is where it really goes south. I'm at the pool having a good time with one of my big customers. He was a 10K customer and got a bungalow. It was his girlfriend's 30th birthday. We were having a good time. I was drinking some drinks, having fun, and my business partner, he was having a few drinks, having some fun as well. And what happened was I left the pool. I was like, okay, I need a little nap. I took like a 30-minute power nap and then got up and started getting my night prepared. And then I started realizing that, like, my partner, like, for some reason wasn't responding to like people calling. I had a couple calls come through the main line, which typically people only call the main line if they can't get a hold of him. And I'm like, okay, well, he's not responding. Like, I hit him up on Skype, I hit him up on phone, I called him, I texted him, nothing. Okay, so like basically I'm like thinking, man, what happened to this guy? Did he get like pulled over? Did he get a DUI? Well, it turns out what happened is he took a nap after the pool, and he forgot to plug in his phone, and he doesn't have an alarm clock, and the phone died while he was sleeping, and he never woke up. Okay, so what happened is, I've had a few cocktails in me, having a good time at the pool, and I'm trying to handle my own customers. I'm pretty busy, and then he's got all these other customers that I have no idea what's going on with. Okay, so what I had done, and in preparation for something like this happening, now that, mind you, he's been working with me for a year and a half. We never had this issue, okay? Never had this happen once. He's usually really good about staying on top of his leads and customers. But the way I designed my system out here was to, basically there's a kind of a backup plan for everything. Every phone is synced up with what's called Microsoft Exchange. It's Active Sync, I believe it's called. And every phone we have in the company, if you put in a number in one phone, it goes into every phone, and then it also goes into Infusionsoft. Okay. We also have like a spreadsheet here where we basically have like all the limos and whatnot, for all the runs that we have in the system. And fortunately, everybody's phone number's here as well. So I kind of, just based on like seeing the chart here and what he had, I was able to at least start going in and backtracking. And then I also have all the invoices for every customer in PayPal with a very detailed description of what each customer has. So I was able to go in and just by seeing here, okay, this is a Saturday job. 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 So I started realizing that he was, I don't know what happened to him. I didn't know he fell asleep. I didn't know what happened to him. So I was like, holy cow, I better like figure this out. And I had about an hour to like go through every one of these line items one by one and figure out like who still owed money, who was doing what needed to get set up, what didn't. And I was able to like actually pull it off. Like, I was able to go in and one by one, and I figured out each one, and I talked to each customer on the phone. I made sure that everything was squared away, and I told them I was going to be taking care of them all night. And that was a little stressful. I'm not going to lie. I was had a few drinks in me, and I was a little bit stressed out, but I managed to get through it, and ultimately, I think every single customer that this past weekend was happy. I mean, they ended up getting everything they were promised, and we delivered on all our promises, and I don't think there was anybody that was disappointed with our services and whatnot. And my online reputation is huge to me. We get a ton of leads off of the Google reviews, the Yelp reviews. We have Trustpilot on a couple of our sites, and our 5-star reviews are like probably one of the driving factors that has made us so successful. And this was actually a record weekend for us. 5-4 weekend, 5-5 weekend is Cinco de Mayo, and it's typically one of the busiest weekends in Vegas. And to have like this, what I would call like a doomsday scenario where my VP of sales just basically went out of commission, took a nap and never woke up. Woke up at like 3 a.m. By that time, the night was over. But I was able to go in and because of the systems I designed and built like a year and a half, 2 years ago for something like this to ever happen. I have the phone numbers. I kind of know what the jobs are, and I basically have a way to like backtrack and fix everything. So, if you own like a Amazon type of business, or you own a Shopify type of business, or you own an affiliate market type of business, those businesses are very highly reliant on a traffic source. Typically on Amazon, you're playing with Amazon Sandbox, and typically on Shopify, you're playing in Facebook Sandbox, and in affiliate marketing, you could be playing in somebody else's sandbox, Pinterest, for example. And if you don't have a secondary backup plan, or what I call a doomsday scenario, you have one thing happen and there goes your business. Okay, that's not a good situation to be in. Okay, that is not a good situation to be in. You don't want to have all your business in one egg and one basket. Okay, you want to have 3 or 4 baskets. And because I was able to have systems in place, I was able to get through what I would consider a doomsday scenario and get through the weekend and end up having a fantastic weekend. I was mad at him at first, but obviously he didn't do it on purpose. I've overslept an alarm before. It's not the first time something like that's happened. I've done it. I think everybody's probably done it at some point in their life. So I just told him, I'm like, listen, man, I don't think it's probably a good idea to drink anymore on Saturdays when you got a lot of stuff going on Saturday night. And he agreed with me. So maybe a new type company policy is like, I've never had it happen to me, but now that it's happened once, we don't want it to ever happen again. So I guess we'll put that little policy in place moving forward here, and hopefully avoid a doomsday scenario again. But That's the point of this video here is if you're in business and there's definitely the worst number to have is one. If you have one way of making money, you're asking for it. You're really asking for some trouble. I've seen it over and over again in the affiliate stuff because I have an affiliate business, and we've had campaigns that are crushing it, and then one little thing changes. Facebook bans an account, the offer gets paused, Pinterest goes up for an IPO, and everything goes to shit in a very short amount of time. And you got to have scenarios and systems in place to be able to fix that and make things happen. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today and did get something out of this video. Just always be in the back of your head thinking of ways that I can have another secondary system in place to just be able to back up the system that you have currently, just in case something goes south. Always think that the worst thing could possibly happen, because the worst thing possibly happened to me this past Saturday, and I was able to still get through it and come out with flying colors. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today. I'm the Marketing Meathead. We'll talk to you later. Thank you.